Peace. This is a Meat and Potato Social Production starring myself, the Water Alchemist, and today's topic for the occult family is No Country for Cowards. This is a message geared towards the masculine principle being arrested, which we are seeing, but it has been more aggressive as of late. The masculine principle has really been on the decline and it's being accelerated. Now, how is it being accelerated? It's being accelerated through the very things that people love, a la Disney Plus, which has all the superhero so-called shows. But Kevin Feige, who was the CEO of Marvel, and remember, Marvel got purchased by Disney in 2009. He is in a campaign along with others to eliminate masculinity via its heroes like Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor. And the last Thor movie, Love and Thunder, Chris Hemsworth had said, unless there's a different director, he is not suiting up for no more Thor movies. Period. Point blank. And even the director of Thor said, if you want someone that's going to destroy the mythos when it comes to comic books, I'm your man. So they don't care about that. And Disney has been losing billions with their message. Billions. But they don't care about that because it's about the message. Because they know that they're going to go against the canon. They're going to go against certain things. And they know that young children don't have powers of discernment. They know that. There's a war against masculinity that has just been brewing because they know that the threat to the unseen hand is men with principles, integrity, and character. They know that. And people can say, well, what about Woman King? What about it? Oh, that's right. It opened up with the worst box office in 25 years. And it made money that first weekend. But what happened after that? Didn't do anything, did it? And you have some people that try and guilt you saying, oh, if you don't see this, you're racist or you're homophobic or you're this and you're that. Let me demonstrate this. Anthony Mackie, who is known as Sam Wilson of the Avengers, a la Vulcan, as well as the new Captain America, said the problem is that you're trying to cater to a demographic instead of making a great movie. There have always been heroines. Alien, Sigourney Weaver, 1986. The Terminator movies, Linda Hamilton, John Connor's mother. But now you make it where women know exactly what they're doing and men are in the way and they're imbecilic oafs. You can look at this example. The Simpsons debuted when? December 17th, 1989. And if you look at it, Marge, brilliant. Homer, idiot. Family Guy debuted 1999. Peter Griffin, I don't even say nothing about that one because that's entirely too easy. Lois, smart, and came from money. And then even the show Blackish. And this is a sociological experiment I want many of you to pay attention to. A young boy was watching this show and the mother was so enamored. Oh, you know, African Americans, they doing good and they're making money and securing the bag and all this. And he said, why is it that the girls are all smart and the boy is dumb? Totally went over this trog's head. And she was like, she never looked at it like that. You have to look at it like that. Now, remember, over 20 years ago, me and this gentleman, when we were doing research on secret societies and bringing this information back to the people, irrespective of what race and ethnic group. But, of course, it was, for African Americans. And he said, are you familiar with an organization called Sybil? You know a secret society is really secret when they're the secret that no one's heard of. And I said, no. He said, it's an Amazonian feminist secret society that is working to destroy masculinity. And two of the people involved is Oprah Winfrey and Gayle King. And that's just the two that he knew of. So imagine others that are with it. And you're seeing this nonsense even being pervasive on the college campus. Now, you would think that so-called humans are supposed to be so evolved on the so-called food chain. You had this professor who was using logic, which is what a man is supposed to use. logic, and powers of discrimination. But she was a female, and I applaud her for this. And this young girl had to be 18 and 19. And the professor said, if you have a womb, that makes you a woman. Girl jumps up, I'm not a woman. It doesn't make a difference. And she's looking at her. If ever there was a Goofy, if there ever was a picture of a Goofy, her picture would be right next to it. We're just seeing this backlash. And the whole thing is, in order for you to exist in the society, you have to be a divine coward. And unfortunately, some men have no problem with that whatsoever. They have no problem with being a divine coward. If that is what you are, please, please, please stay away from me. I do not want you to spray any of that loser cologne on me. I am a man. Even in the plant kingdom, you have herbs and plants that are masculine and feminine, but both of them have a role to play in the cosmic order. Simple and plain. And if we go back, if you study most of the civilizations, when they were crushed, men were always at the forefront, period. But they took a stand. So my thing is this. The problem is we are producing a society of weak, spineless jellyfish men, and they don't have a problem with it. They don't have any fight in them. Their whole thing is, when you ask them, what's a man? Oh, a man is somebody that takes care of his responsibilities and he works. That's just a function. You're just a functionary in the cog for the unseen hand. A man is someone that has character, integrity, and is able to rise to the occasion no matter when a dilemma comes, and he can exercise his sword of problem solving. That is a man, period. That's a man. You have where you can get the so-called bag or whatever, and you still not respected. I've known men that make $200,000, $300,000, can't get a woman. Look at Will Smith. What's his net worth? $350 million. And by American standards, handsome. Does Jada Pinkett Smith respect him? Yeah, that's what I thought. And when you study the book called The Zulu Bone Oracle, there was an Amazonian society on Mars, and the invaders came, and it was male and female. That so-called society with only women, they got crushed, they got destroyed. And there's hints, there's an episode of Supernatural called The Slice Girls that talks about an Amazonian secret society. And many of the people that's writing for Marvel don't know anything about the canon, and then they're erasing certain things. Look at the Star Wars franchise, totally eviscerated. And now they're making people LGBT and all that, like Luke Skywalker. Did you know that? They don't want men. You know, men like, I don't know, Steve McQueen, Oliver Reed, Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, Bruce Lee. They don't want men like that. They want weak men. And your guilty pleasure is going on Instagram and looking at 355-pound fans-only models. That's your guilty pleasure. And people say, oh, well, happy wife, happy life. Okay, let's change that. New strategy. Hey, if I'm a happy man, I'm your biggest fan. So let's look into that. And in the age of horse, you better get the energy of Bilal or Sutek or others and stand your ground, period. So there is no country for cowards. So with that, that is your meat and potato sorcery for the day. I am the Water Alchemist. Be water, my friends. Peace.